Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Hi everyone, we have been in Singapore for the past few weeks and I'm going to take you along with me on our kind of regular day in the life. This specific day that I decided to vlog, a lot of the places we go to were closed, so just bear with me with these unexpected events.
We moved from Australia to Singapore for about 2 months. This is our chance to fill in the big gap.
The gaps all the way from the start, or just the gaps from Australia?
How all the way from the start? Like from when we met?
I think they want to know right from the start.
From when we met?
Wait, that far?
Let me know in the comments down below if you want to know our story from when we were 17.
Yeah.
So let's start from 2020 when we quit our job.
You want me to go?
Yeah, so what did we do for a living?
Okay, so Priya and I used to be mining engineers. We worked in mining as explosives engineers specifically for about 5 years.
We worked at separate companies, but in university we studied mining engineering together. Then we went on to work for companies, We were finally working 1 hour from each other, which is very close.
Which is very close in mining terms.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't the life that either of us wanted to live.
And
so,
we were working week on, week off.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad roster. That's really where the van started, because we were working week on, week off, and so a week of work and then a week off to do whatever we wanted. We were traveling overseas for a little bit. I think for 1 year we tried that.
After a long time of doing long distance, we were finally together for the majority of a relationship rather than being separate for the majority
Which
of
is
our
really
relationship.
nice, yeah.
So we were just enjoying ourselves, just traveling, and that's when it hit us, like, why don't we live this life all the time of traveling and being excited to wake up in the morning.
The week of work was where we were apart and we were working and doing these things for work that we didn't really enjoy or weren't passionate about. But then the week off was so much fun because we were traveling, we were together, and it felt like we were living two different lives. We were just like, how do we live the half of the life that we like, but do it all the time, and not have to do the half of the other half, which we didn't like.
A big strategy we had was, let's save up money, let's buy a house, let's work for another 10 years, and then let's pay that house off and we'll start traveling off of that rental income. But we didn't want to work for another 10 years.
No.
And we didn't have enough money to buy a house.
So we decided to do a little bit of the unconventional side. I mean, we started watching a lot of YouTube.
A lot of YouTube
and TikTok, and of watching people travel full time and how they're doing it.
I mean, some of our favourite ones, Cara and Nate, Eamon and Beck, Sailing Le Vagabond.
Yeah, Sailing Le Vagabond, Sailing Zatara.
Who else did we watch? Bucket List Family.
Bucket List Family was a big inspiration.
I mean, everyone has their own story and own journey, but we were like, why can't we do that? Why can't we live this life of travel? And then we quit our jobs. We resigned.
It wasn't just like we just quit our job straight away. We definitely ummed and ahed for a while. It's a very scary decision, and I think it took us quite a bit of
convincing each other
to actually go through with it.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Because it was always like a fantasy. It's like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to quit our jobs and just travel the world? And it was like, are we just gonna talk about it? It was probably like
the dogs.
The dogs.
So you were saying it was a year of 2 of umming and ahhing, of should we actually do this? Should we actually quit our mining engineering jobs to travel?
You know, there was secure jobs and it was comfortable, and I think that was the hardest part, to make the decision to leave for something better, something greater, but something unknown, something scary that we don't know if it's gonna work. Maybe 2 years of umming and ahhing and deciding.
And a previous 3 years of dreaming about it. Like, there was
manifesting.
3 years of just like,
watching
that be
YouTube
so
videos,
nice. And then we quit our jobs.
Came up with a bit of a plan to save up some money, to give ourselves a bit of a runway.
You know, at the end of all of this, if it's like we get a year or 2 of good travel and memories, worth it.
And worst case, we go back to work, but at least we'll have tried.
The hard part is leaving. The hard part is quitting the job. Our employers weren't at all like, they were supportive. They were like, yeah, do it. You're young, go travel. And that's not what I expected them to say. I thought they would have been like, no, like, what are you doing? Why would you quit your job in the middle of the current state of the world? There was definitely a lot of guilt around that. Like, how how dare we want to quit our jobs when so many people out there are struggling to get a job? But what do you do when you're unhappy? What do you do?
So we had flights booked to go to South America. Unfortunately, the current state of the world, life had other plans and our flights got cancelled. Borders got shut. It was kind of a bit of a dampening moment on our adventure beginning. Instead, we got a van because we could still travel Australia. And so we had our van, started our journey in the van, and that's how van life started.
And that's how we started to save money. Rather than spending money on going out to restaurants, paying for accommodations, hotels, motels, so we would park at like free campgrounds, and we would save money on accommodation. We would be cooking for ourselves, so we'd save so much money. So on our 7 days off, we'd just go and explore the coast of Australia. So that's what we did for the next basically 9 months. I mean, in the middle there we had 2 months of lockdown, so we couldn't do anything.
And the craziest part was we ended up loving van life way more than we thought we would. Like, genuinely, it is so much fun. The van's gonna be a part of our lives. It's gonna
forever.
Yeah. Even as international borders open and we get to travel more overseas, we still want to come back and do van life when we get the chance.
It's also a great way to save money. Right now we're in Singapore, and we all know Singapore is a bit more expensive, but it's okay. We fit it into our budget, because when we go back to Sydney, we're just gonna go live in the van because that's free accommodation. It's a balance. So that takes us then to
the big day, 29th of September 2020. It was both of our last days at work, and we moved everything into the van, everything that we could. We gave away a lot of our stuff. We took off. That was the beginning of a full-time van life.
I think 2021 has just been a chaotic year. We had no idea what we were doing. We were just doing everything.
Yeah.
We did the vegan markets, selling the spices. We then did the Easter show. We then went into 5 months of lockdown.
Now, one major city that's emerging from lockdowns is Sydney.
And then lockdown ended. We did van life, and then we came to Singapore. Hi, that was the update.
That was a very confusing update, I feel.
I feel like everyone can leave questions on Gap. So how has Singapore been?
It's been really good. I love the weather. Everyone says it's hot, and they're right, it is hot and humid. I feel like it makes me more active. Like, it makes me want to go out and do stuff. But usually when it's like cold, it's like you kind of want to stay in bed or have the heater on.
We've been getting fit because, you know, everyone puts on lockdown weight. It's the 1st of January. We're in 2022.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year again. We're gonna go to the gym. I mean, we're doing the typical let's be fit and everything for the new year. But we did start
a month ago.
Yeah, in November. So we're just kind of continuing it. And we're feeling great. Go to the gym, walk around, because we do like 20,000 steps every day when we go around for a walk, and then we're gonna go eat, and then we're gonna go to La Balsat.
And we're going to Christmas Wonderland tonight. Christmas Wonderland? Winter Wonderland? Christmas Wonderland. Yeah, Gardens by the Bay. Even though Christmas is the Wonderland's still on.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Gym time.
So every morning I have fennel water. Basically, it's just good for the digestive system, get things flowing, if you know what I mean. I get a teaspoon of fennel, and then I pour boiling hot water on top of it, let it soak for about 5 minutes, and that's it. And we've also been getting into a really nice routine of going to the gym daily. We just got out of 5 months of lockdown where we really weren't working out that much at all. So just moving the body daily, doing 10,000 steps has been a huge game changer just for our mental mindset, really. Fortunately, the gym is very, very close to where we're living. We're living in Hamlet. It's like a modern, nice little co-working apartment building, you could say. Every day at the gym for me is so incredibly different. I never really push myself if I don't want to. If I feel like today's a day that I'm gonna, you know, go hard at it, run on the treadmill, do a lot of weights, I do it. But if I don't, I just sit down on the yoga mat and just stretch a bit. The gym is such a personal journey, and you should never compare yourself to anyone because we're all different. Sid and I work out separately, but we try to just go to the gym at the same time just so we're encouraged to get out there. I had actually left my phone in the apartment, so we headed back. If you're planning a trip to Singapore, just make sure that you cannot go anywhere without your phone or some type of token that lets you check in to different locations. I grabbed my phone and we had a protein shake. Then we headed out and we actually got the bus today to Lau Pa Sat. Lau Pa Sat is like it's a hawker center. So they have a bunch of food stalls. They've got every kind of cuisine you can think of. I was personally very keen to show you guys this dosa place. It was closed today, I'm not sure why. And this other place called Uniquely Vegetarian, I've never seen it open yet, but I am waiting. So I decided to get a vegetarian thali. I got 2 rotis, chole, and I got these different type of roasted veggies. I've never had this type of roasted veggies before. They took some salad, and then Sid and I ate together. That's one of the good things about hawker centers. We can both get whatever we want and then together.
I've never actually had tandoori baby corn. That's really good. It's like they pickled it. Really good.
I didn't get noodles here, but I did sit and watch this lady make noodles for a solid 10 minutes. She just had dough, and she was just feeding it through this machine, tying them in knots and just setting them apart. It was incredible. Then I really want to show you guys this other hawker center where we always go and get our fresh sugarcane juice. But it was closed, so we settled for some secondhand Yakult. It's not actually Yakult, from 7-Eleven.
So that was slightly less eventful. Didn't have dosa and didn't get any sugarcane juice. That's okay. We're gonna head to Winter Wonderland tonight. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain. There's a 100% chance of rain today. It's 3:27 and I'm gonna work on my laptop, just hang out a bit, shower, and then go out for the night. I think this is as gloomy as the weather gets. So we had a shower, had a cup of tea, and now I'm gonna brush my hair. What does the weather say?
It's gonna be raining for a bit. I think it eases off a little bit.
Okay, what tea are you having?
Vanilla bourbon.
And why do you like it?
It's fancy.
It's very fancy. I have to show this cotton tea bag. I've never seen anything like it. It's actual cotton.
Look at the
And
stitching.
it's stitched onto the little tag. What? It's the fanciest tea bag I've ever seen.
So good.
On that note, I think we'll call it a wrap. Who knows if Christmas Wonderland will be happening because it's pouring, but they're non-refundable tickets.
And the badger says it is a rain, hail or shine event. So
Really?
I guess we will be going.
Okay, we'll be going. I'll probably just snip in some clips at the end.
We'll have fun.
Thanks for hanging out with us on a very unexpected day. It didn't go to plan in any way whatsoever, but that's life, right? Bye.
Hello again, it is editing Priya. So this is us at Winter Wonderland. Wait, no, Christmas Wonderland. It's not Winter Wonderland. If you've ever watched Crazy Rich Asians, I felt like I was on the set and I was just living my dream of being a Crazy Rich Asian. The garden was beautiful, there was music playing, Marina Bay Sands was in the backyard. We waited in line for like 20 minutes to take a photo with this bridge, and for some amazing reason it had stopped raining while we were here, and we just walked around, enjoyed the view, enjoyed the lights. For $8 each, it was pretty good, and there was actually some really good food options, but we said we actually just went for some cheesy pizza. So this isn't the same day, this was the next day, but I wanted to include this in because apparently these are very famous in Singapore. They are ice cream sandwiches.
Been looking for this guy for so long. Finally got it. Look, I'm glad I tried it. It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it's ice cream and bread. It's an ice cream. It's exactly what you're thinking. But I love the novelty of it. Definitely gotta try it. 30. That's really good. I would get this again and again for $1.30. $5, I'd probably be like, this is a good one-time thing. For $1.30, I could eat this again and again.
Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and follow, and stick around just for some little bloops.
I think we have to
I think
go.
it's called Christmas Wonderland.
Is it? Christmas Wonderland? Oh, okay. I've been calling it Winter Wonderland this entire time.
Christmas.
Now we're on our way.
Where are you
Oh my
going?
gosh.
What?